Hey Aries, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for December 9th through the 15th. We're going to check with these angel holiday cards here, the messages for the week ahead. And then we're going to pull an oracle card for you from this angel deck here. We do have a full moon happening midweek, and these full moons have been packing a punch lately. And so for that reason, I want to pull some angel messages for you with the oracle card at the end. But let's see what's happening in the week ahead for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Alrighty, my darlings. So, Monday, Tuesday for Aries, we have Three of Hearts. So, some of you might be in the mood in the beginning of the week to have a good time, to get out there, to have some fun. Maybe you're being invited to birthday parties or holiday parties, or there's something that you're wanting to celebrate. I have to say, Aries, the fact that you're starting off the week with a really positive card is good news. And it kind of, since you have the hearts coming up, it's giving me an indication of where you all might have your focus this week with the full moon energy. Okay, I'm not an astrologer. I tell you guys that all the time. I'm not an astrology expert by any means. I don't pretend to be. But what I've been reading from other astrologers that I follow is that this Gemini, full moon in Gemini, that's happening midweek is going to make people really focused on either their love life or their finances. And that some people are going to be having like panic attacks about it, or like anxiety about it. Like, oh my gosh, crisis, right? But Aries, you're starting off the week with a really solid, happy card here. So I feel like the full moon is going to be drawing your attention, bringing you into your feelings, where you're going to be thinking about your relationships. Like you might be focusing more on your relationships more so than career or money. But you seem to have an optimistic approach to it anyway. So if you are feeling lonely, or if you are like, oh, I kind of feel like there's no spice right now, you might be taking some steps to change that. You're getting out, you're having a good time, you're connecting with other people. Some of you might even be manifesting a new partner Monday, Tuesday. Maybe you're going out with some coworkers or something, and somebody's stepping up to you, or you're meeting somebody in some kind of a social situation. So it seems like even though you guys might be more in the thing of relationship more so than money, the Three of Hearts makes me feel like you have an optimistic energy about it, where you're not going to let yourself panic or be freaked out. Like you might have your attention turned to it, and it might be of something that you're working on right now, but you're coming into it with a positive energy, and that's good. You want to hold on to that positive energy. Your Wednesday, Thursday, as we're coming into the middle of the week, is Four of Clubs. All right, so I don't know how familiar you are all with cards, but the Four of Clubs would translate into tarot as the Four of Wands. Again, this is celebration. This is a party. This is like getting together. This could be planning a wedding. This could be moving towards marriage with someone. Now, you all know that I don't focus too much on love and romance in the weekly forecasts. I do the love reading separately, but I have to tell you, there's some love vibes coming in this week for you guys. And I also have to tell you, it's really going hand in hand with the love reading that I did for Aries for the month of December. So you all are going to have to check that out as well. There's a link in the description for that. But one of the things that came up, and it's coming up again here in this week, is that I felt that for some of the Aries, you were going to be meeting someone at some kind of an event, like where you were putting together an event for somebody, some kind of a celebration, and this was going to be causing you to meet somebody. For some of you, you may already be in an existing relationship, and there could be good news. There could be some kind of engagement that's coming in, or talk of an engagement, or talk of a wedding. If you're just like, nope, love is not for me right now, then you're celebrating something in your career. Something significant is happening for you where you're laying down a foundation, or you're finally beginning to feel at home in a work setting, or you're finally beginning to feel like you're a part of that place, like it's feeling official to you, or it's feeling like, okay, well, here's an opportunity for me to grow, stability, foundation, that kind of energy. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you got Four of Hearts, okay? So, Four of Hearts could be where you've definitely got some good things coming up here. Definitely got some good things coming up here. But Four of Hearts is saying that you might not be entirely and totally satisfied with what is coming your way. Like you're wanting more, right? You're wanting more. This also makes me feel, and this is similar to the Scorpio energy, Aries. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have Scorpio in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Scorpio. But Four of Hearts came up for them at the end of the week as well. And so this makes me feel like that moon energy, the full moon energy, it might not hit you in the beginning. You might not even feel it too much right when it's at its height in the middle of the week. But you may feel it on the tail end. You may feel this full moon as it's going out, as the energy is leaving. And it may be causing you to see where in your life you're not fulfilled. You have a lot of good things coming in, and you may be in gratitude of those really good things. And all of a sudden you go, oh, but wait a minute, but this is missing or that's missing, right? Even if it's coming into like a relationship that's moving ahead, you might begin to see things about the relationship where you're wanting a little bit more, or good things happened at work, but you're seeing ways in which you want more out of work or more out of your career. It's not a bad thing. It's helping you to kind of say, well, hey, why shouldn't I be able to have that? Like, I'm entitled. Why can't I have that? So don't take it as, oh, you're being ungrateful. It's an opportunity for you to manifest. Okay? It's an opportunity for you to manifest more. You're becoming aware of what you feel like is lacking in your life, and that's an opportunity to bring it in or to call it in. With Scorpio, I got a feeling of them like renegotiating. But Aries, I don't feel like you guys are in the mood to renegotiate. I feel you're like, like, no, I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm going to go elsewhere. So maybe some of you are giving somebody an ultimatum in a relationship, like you're letting them know that they're not bringing enough to the table. Or if it's a work situation, like, they gave me that raise, or they gave me that bonus, but man, I really thought they would have stepped up and done more. Like, now that I think about it, I've done a lot for them, and yeah, I was happy in the moment, but now that I think about it, is, they should have done more for me. So you might make a decision where in 2020 you're going to start looking for a new job, or you're going to start going in a different direction. And that's not necessarily being ungrateful. It's just realizing that, hey, there are other ways in which I can reach my full potential in the areas of my focus. And that's what it's like feeling like to me, Aries. Like, you're beginning to prepare. You're beginning to gear up for bigger blessings, bigger accomplishments. Like, good things came in, but you're like, wait a minute, like, this is kind of bare minimum. Why shouldn't I reach for more? And that's not a bad at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out your angel message for the week. And as always, guys, I encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks may resonate with you more than others, or it could add a little extra information that can be really helpful. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. So here we have Goddess of the Shadows. What you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. So Aries, I think that when you get into that Four of Hearts in the end of the week, you're beating yourself up a lot. Like, you might be telling I pulled this little card trick off on all the other ones so far, but with you guys, I couldn't do it. See, it's not happening. It's not happening. I did it with the other ones. Okay, so you are in this energy of maybe you're beating yourself up a little bit too much, or you're beginning to, this is where you need to be careful. This is giving you a caution. Some of you with this Four of Cups or Four of Hearts, you're like, hey, well, why can't I have more? And you're thinking about shooting or aiming higher. For other ones of you, you're in this energy where you might be beating yourself up. You're feeling discontent and you're saying, oh, well, you know what? The reason why they didn't, show up with more for me is because I'm too this or too that or not enough this or not enough that. And Spirit is saying, wait a minute, the things that maybe you're accusing yourself of, not being good for you are actually really, as it comes down to it, strengths of yours, or things that are going to make you more relatable or more enjoyable to be with or to work with. So what you're kind of perceiving to be negative traits of yourself or damaged in some way are actually strengths and assets that make you more desirable. And if you're having a hard time seeing how this is true, ask your angels and guides to help you. Archangel Jophiel is excellent for that. I always kind of work with her in any kind of affirmation with myself or with clients. And, when it comes to helping adjust your thinking or bringing in new energy in terms of how you're seeing a situation. So a really powerful affirmation there could be to say, dear Archangel Jophiel, thank you for helping me to see myself the way that heaven and the angels see me. Thank you for helping me love myself the way that heaven and the angels love me. Help me to see my strengths. Help me to see, where I'm not giving myself enough credit. These can be very helpful affirmations as well. So I just kind of feel like, Aries, this is a time for you to get to know yourself a little bit better and be comfortable with that shadow self. Be comfortable with your past and the things that you've gone through. This is really what I feel like is happening for some of you, Aries. I feel like some of you are coming out of a toxic past. Maybe you had a really toxic upbringing. Maybe you come from family where you're not very proud of their decisions or the things that they've done. And so it's been really important for you in this life to do better than them and to, quote unquote, make it, right? And so you feel like there's this part of you where you're putting pressure on yourself where you haven't made it to the level that you've wanted to in your career or in your relationship. You haven't made it to the level that you want to. So all of a sudden the negative ego is coming in and saying, oh, my dear, you're never going to make it. It's because, of where you come from, or it's because of your upbringing, or it's because of the things that you went through, or the things that happened to you in your life. Like, people just see it all over you, and nobody's gonna give you a chance. And it's this horrible negative ego that's lying to you, that's saying this to you because you're so close to your breakthrough, and it's trying to stop you from reaching and trying to get you to give up so that you don't have the breakthrough. Okay, that's what I think is happening, is some of you just feel like in some way that everybody's looking at you and seeing you as like a bad person or seeing you as damaged. And that's just the negative ego that wants you to think that way. Anybody who really gets to know you and gets to know the real you and hears your story and hears everything you've overcome, they're going to be very in awe of you. They're going to see it as, wow, you're an amazing person. They're not going to see it as something negative, Obviously, you might not share your whole story with everybody you come across, and you might keep some things to yourself until an appropriate time, and it's good to do things that way, but don't feel ashamed. Because they're very wonderful parts of you. So, again, guys, watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those may resonate more, or they can be very helpful in bringing you extra information. Check out the channeled messages for December. I think that's going to be helpful for a lot of you as well. Love videos are also in the link. Those of you who are card collectors like me, link is in the description for the cards I used. Private readings are still on hold until probably around give or take a day or two, sometime around December 15th. I will make an announcement when that calendar is up and when I'm taking private readings again. But I am working on the 2020 videos and I want to get those done. So a little bit longer before private readings are open again. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you a fabulous week, Aries.